Welcome to the world of Trackmania speedrunning, where players push the limits of what is possible in the virtual world. Today we are going to take a look at the game that is considered impossible to beat. A game that has caused a stir in the speedrunning community and has left players scratching their heads for the past 12 years and counting. The game in question is Trackmania Turbo. No, not that one. I want the OG one. Much better. And the track that is causing the commotion is just a single one, Coast C5. When you hear impossible, some of you might think of some extreme khaki map made by a community member or an insane reroute that so far only task has performed. But for Coast C5, it is a Nadeo track in the main campaign, blocking players from 100%ing the game that often gives you a victory screen in other Trackmania entries within the series. So, now let's take a look at the track in question. The track starts with a short downhill, followed by a corner, immediately followed by an uphill to the first checkpoint, followed by a corner, two corners, into the last checkpoint, followed by two ramps, which then falls into a straight into the finish. And as you can see, without much effort, I got the gold time. However, since the game's release, players have been trying to beat the track and achieve the offer medal. Numerous attempts have been made, with players getting close but never reaching the mark. Speaking of which, we should talk about the world record progression for this map. We must go back to October 2nd, 2010. 1 week after the release of the game, where the first time was set by 33 Tails with a time of 12.70. 2 days later, Game 54 lowered the record by 0.02 of a second, getting a 12.68. During these early days, recorded evidence was basically non-existent, but the next runner, a French runner that goes by the name of Nadeo, sorry for butchering the name, but it sounds like
Nadeo.
That set a new record on New Year's Eve with photo proof, a 12.66, another 0.02 improvement, but yet no author medal. Jumping forwards to the next December, Joy Sonic edged out a new world record with a 12.65 on the 18th. After this, there was a lengthy dry spell of new world records for this track until July 2019, where the runner TM Shock got this run. A tie world record with a 12.65. TM Shock claims to have done a 0.63 or 0.64, but has lost the recording, which is now required as proof in the modern age for the current leaderboard. Despite 24 runners taking a shot at this track, this is where the record stands today. During all this time, we still don't even know what the offer medal is, only that is at least 1/100th faster than the current world record. Some even claim that there must be some sort of mistake within the game regarding the author time. So if humans can't get the record legitimately, can we play in slow mode, or otherwise known as a tool-assisted speedrun, or task for short, our way to get the author medal? Quick answer is no. Within the game's community, I'm really the only one who tasks levels in this game, and more so for shortcuts discoveries, of which the track currently has none. So that is out of the question. What about bugs? Well, Trackmania DS Turbo is not as broken as the first Trackmania DS game, and integer overflow with the timer doesn't work in this game, with the timer stopping at 99 minutes, 59 seconds, and 0.98. The story would end here if there wasn't for a recent development that brought the author time into daylight. Current Trackmania Turbo DS runner Marty Poisonwood mentioned he knows a way to find out the author time, mind you, it'd be time consuming. The method was a cheat code that didn't just slow down the game, but froze the timer altogether. After a bit of googling, this cheat code only existed on an R4 card, of which I don't own, but Marty Poisonwood was able to carry out the test by continuously playing the track but changing your time by freezing the timer for more or less time. And the results are... oh boy, 12.06 for the offer medal, when the world record is 0.6 behind, where in the Trackmania series, even 1/100th can be the difference between getting a new world record. We have a long track ahead of us. The community reaction was a small chuckle that reinforced the idea that something had to go wrong on the developer side. Regardless of the daunting discovery, the hunt for the impossible continues as players try to beat the author time on Coast C5. The world record continues to be broken, but the author time remains untouched. The journey to beat Coast C5 is an ongoing challenge, and for the speedrunning community will continue to push the limits of what is possible. Who knows, one day a player may be able to finally crack the code and achieve the impossible. Until then, the race continues.